Okay, the review's now complete. Round 11 of the 2014 AFL season. Kicked off with a massive game up at the SCG. Sydney Swans took on Geelong. Huge win, as was well publicised in the media. It was more the lesser lights who got amongst the votes. Good eye was kept on Joel Selwood, of course, but he's no chance with the big loss. Josh Kennedy, some chance of one vote, but I think apart from that, none of the general Brownlow sort of players who are in the mix each week should feature. So I think it's the lesser lights to get the votes up there, with Kennedy some chance of one. St Kilda Collingwood, Dane Beams continued his good run into form in recent weeks. I expect Beamsy to be very hard to toss for the 3 votes there. The other one to keep a good eye on was Scotty Pendlebury. Some chance for 1 vote for Pendles. A lot will depend on how he's polling this year. He's obviously a good poller traditionally, where Swanee normally, troubles him out of votes in many games. But I think Pendles can scrape in for 1 here, and I've got a feeling he will be polling well this year. Port v Melbourne. Port just got over the line. Travis Boak led from the front, the skipper. I'm pretty positive he polls. The issue is whether he gets, 1, 2 or 3, but I'm pretty sure he's in the votes. Nathan Jones from Melbourne, I think, should be able to jag a vote there as well. So those 2 guys in the mix for votes, with Boakey more likely than Jonesy, with Port getting over the line. Brizzy Carlton. Tommy Rockcliffe, very good game. The skipper there as well, led from the front. I expect him to be in the votes. From there, lesser lights really in that game, and obviously Mark Murphy didn't figure, and the Blues were comprehensively overrun in the last quarter. Essendon Richmond, Joby Watson, very good game. I expect him to figure in the votes. Brendan Goddard in the mix with him as well. Obviously Howlett kicked the goals and won the medal that night. But yeah, Joby, the one to keep a good eye on, probably gets a vote, maybe 2. But Howlett, Goddard, in the mix with him as well. Adelaide Gold Coast, always the big game every week, watching Gold Coast with Gary. Gary, no chance for a vote here. They were competitive, the Coasters, but Adelaide clearly too strong in quarter 3 and quarter 4. Paddy Dangerfield, chance for a vote. His game was solid without being outstanding. Big Tex Walker obviously ran back into form, and I expect him to get the 3 votes. But Danger a chance for a vote, and Gary I think won't figure there at all. Which is Gary, just running out of a little bit of form and getting well tagged the last couple of weeks, which is interesting. The Dogs v Freo, none of the Freo stars, the Fifeys and co, really figured there. So some of their lesser lights to be in the votes. Tommy Liberatore from the Dogs I do expect to poll. The issue is whether he can get 1 or 2. Obviously they lost the game. The margin wasn't too great. So I think Libber polls, but a bit unknown as to how many votes. Last game of the round was the Hawthorn game versus GWS, where obviously Hawks just got over the line. Clearly lesser lights across the board in that game. So don't think any of the stars are in the mix to poll. So I suppose in summary, Gary not to poll again. Pendles in the mix. Beamsy certainly a very good game. Travis Boak another very good game. Tommy Rockcliffe pretty good. So they're probably the main ones in contention this week. Look forward to rolling on, and we're getting into the almost the business end now. And the key thing will be to keep a good eye on how Gary keeps going, because he's obviously got votes in the box and still in front in the middle. But it'll be good if the others can keep catching up to open the market up and see what we can do from there. Okay, thank you very much.